Hi everybody, I'm Texas Joe Valles of the band The Valles Flying Machine from South Texas. It's Sunday, November 18th, 2012. I have the garage door up and open on my studio, so forgive me for waving because it's the Nats. Texas winter weather is kind of weird. It's a little cool, but there's a lot of humidity, so there's a lot of bugs out there. Anyway, welcome to my new video. I have an interesting and kind of strange video to show you all today. Again, it's Sunday, November 18th. It's noon, and I thank you for checking it out. We're going to play a little bit of guitar for you all, and we're going to talk about an interesting subject. Anyway, here. Very cool. This guitar, this Yamaha guitar, I found at a pawn shop last year in 2011. I got it for 80 bucks. I totally scored. But there's something in particular I want to talk to you about it, and that's tone. Got a certain way of getting tone. But before that, some self-promotion. In these trying times and these tough times in the music industry, there's no record deals to go around for everybody. And some bands have good records, good music. And I wouldn't be bugging you if I didn't think we were a pretty good rock and roll band. But anyway, I want you all to check out my website and quite possibly purchase some songs. But be aware that I'm doing some really good stuff, and I hope you enjoy it. I think you will. I think you'll dig it. This is how you get a hold of us: www.vallesflyingmachine.com, www.vallesflyingmachine.com. Folk, prog, jam band. That's us. Psychedelic music. Texas Joe Valles, Eloy Valles, Noe Valles, a three-brother power trio from Brownsville, Texas. Guitar, bass, and drums, acoustics, some synthesizer music coming in the future. Free MP3s and downloads on our Bandcamp. If you go to our Bandcamp, www.vallesflyingmachine.bandcamp.com, and you can hear the music. It's really well done on vallesflyingmachine.com. And also on MySpace. You can find us on MySpace and Facebook. Anyway, yeah, check us out if you have a chance. www.vallesflyingmachine.com. Some of the folk style songs that I'm going to play for you all right now are on there. I got 11 of them on there, and some of them have the electric version and the acoustic version. But anyway, something interesting that I'm going to talk to you all about, and that's guitar strings. Nowadays, you have to be very aware, and you can't second guess anything that you have as far as gear. As you can see behind you, we have a lot of good gear. My main amplifiers are Marshalls, vintage Marshalls for my tones, vintage Marshall cabinets, vintage AC30s, also for my combo open back sound. Pedals, I use the Zen Drive and the Tube Screamer. Very, very good pedals for my overdrive. I'm very picky about delays and echoes. The new Marshall Echo Head, I love that pedal a lot for my delay and echo tones. Line 6 stuff. I use a lot of line 6 stuff for our synthesizers. Digitech, the Digitech X series pedals. It's good stuff. Very, very good stuff. TC Electronics, I use some of their stuff too. And acoustics, I've been sticking to Yamaha. I've got several of them already, and I really like them. I stumbled onto this one accidentally in a pawn shop. Like I said, I got it for $80. And I started off with other kinds of strings, and I've talked about other strings before, but in about a year and a half that I've already been playing and recording, I have made a solid discovery. And I came back around to a brand of string that I had started using when I was a teenager. And they were very expensive back then, and they were very hard to find. But when I could, I did get them, and I used them on my best guitars. And now I'm using it on my favorite guitar. As far as expense, this is not my most expensive guitar. It's one of my least expensive, if not my least expensive guitar, but it's one that I love dearly, and I've wrote a lot of music on it in the last year and a half. And it's my Yamaha. Check out the tone. It's very cool. It jumps out at you. It's very, very cool, very sparkly, but also warm when it has to be warm. And I attribute it to the evenness and a different way of manufacturing the guitar strings that I noticed by looking at them. And I haven't looked at a microscope, just with my bare eyeballs here, but I noticed that this company, when they make their strings, they're doing something very different as far as the round wounds. On the acoustics and the electrics, they feel very different. And this is the company that I'm talking about. I discovered them as a kid, and they're now available all over here in South Texas. And it's Rotosound guitar strings. This is the set I put on earlier today on Sunday on my Yamaha 12 string, and they're very, very cool. I did a little modification because I do play some lead, and I really use the high strings a lot. The regular set is 10, 10, 14, 14, 24, 8, 30 wound, 12, 40 wound, 18, 48 wound, 28 wound, 10, 10, 14, 14 unwound, 24 wound, 8 gauge, 30 wound, 12 unwound, 40 wound, 18 unwound, 48 wound, and 28 unwound. Sorry for the gnats there. Forgive the gnats. Like I said, the humidity's got them out today. And anyway, very good strings. I changed them out. Instead of the 10s, I went with 9s. And instead of the 14s, I got Rotosound 12s. So it's worked out real well with that guitar. Very, very cool sound. These strings are of a very high quality. I'm going to show you something here that I found. Like I said, the strings are made in Kent, England, and they have an interesting little package here. Some of the best musicians in the world have used these. Jimi Hendrix, Led Zeppelin, The Who, Oasis, Pink Floyd. You know, it's just Duff McKagan of Guns N' Roses, Walter Trout, Queen, the Buzzcocks, Stanley Clarke, and the list goes on and on. They have a website of their own, www.rotosound.com. You can see right there. Very, very good strings. The quality is very, very good. I even like this. I found this on there. They have Packer worker number 07 packed this package in case I didn't like what was going on. I could call him and let him know. And it's very cool, but surprise, surprise. They're very well packed, and it's a very good string. And they're very consistent all the way across. I'll talk more about that right now. The strings are very interesting. What I find is that the winding is different than other strings. I don't know if they're using metrics or the regular foot and inch standard measurements, but something is going on here where the string has a certain consistency. There's not so much of a wide space, and it's not very together either, like close knit. It has an interesting separation on the string, on the acoustic, and has a nice color to it also. It's got a great feel to it, I guess, and then it also translates to the tone of the string. And the unwound ones, there's something very interesting about them. They got a kind of a dull vibe to them. But the interesting thing is that they don't rust. They last forever. They last a very, very long time. And they stay very true for a long time. I don't know what they're doing, but maybe it's a secret of theirs. But these strings, they're not shiny and bright like other brands when they come out of the package. They're kind of dull looking, but they translate very well into a real warm sound. Of course, you attack them like you heard on my acoustic, and they really do the job, and they really sing out. And they got a punch to them, and they a sting if you want it, but it's very, very consistent. Electrics. I use the electrics also. And I modify them also, but because I haven't found the sets that I want. But they're still, I wind up using Rotosounds because they're excellent. This set has a 12, 16, 24, 32, 42, 52. I take out the 52, and I use the 42 for my low E, and I put a 9 or a 10 as my high E. I find Rotosound Strings, so it's 9 or 10, 12, 16, 24, 32, 42. These are excellent strings. They're very, very good sounding. And on my 12 string electrics, I use these, and I make my own set using Rotosounds. The regular gauge is 9, 11, 16, 24, 32, 42. I like that a lot. It's got a very good feel to it. And on my 12 string, I use 9, 9, 11, 11, 9, 16, 11, 24, an 18 unwound, a 20 unwound with a 32 wound, and a 24 wound with a 42 wound. And this works real good for me for my 12 string electrics. If you see some of my 12 string videos, this is a set I'm using for the 12 string electric. It's got a beautiful sound to it, and they last a very long time. That's what I like about these strings. Going back to the strings themselves, I'm going to pop this package open, and I'm going to show you that even the electrics, they have some kind of interesting wind to them, and it's not the same. Right away you can feel, if you really care about these things, I mean I do, I'm using Pro Tools with the Abbey Roads plugins for my recording sessions. I care about my tone, I care about my sound, and this translates very well on my electrics. The feel is a little bit different, and it's very cool. Some of you guys that are used to other brands of strings, if you try these, I think you're going to dig them. I think they're doing a good job. They've obviously done their research. Rotosound has done their research, and it translates very well to their strings. I enjoy them. Again, Rotosound, this is what the package looks like. This is a 52, but I used it because it's a larger one, so I could show you about the feel. They're great guitar strings, and I recommend them to anybody. Like I said, if you care about your tone of your guitar, your acoustic or your electric, your bass, I know a lot of bass players, you don't have to tell them twice about Rotosound. They already know. Especially people that use Rotosound round wounds with Rickenbacker bass guitars. Man, that Chris Squire Geddy Lee sound, early Geddy Lee sound is amazing. It's great. Let me play a little bit more for you all. These are songs that you'll hear on our Valles Flying Machine website and our CDs, and I hope you enjoy them. And then I want you to hear the sound of the guitar. Okay, it's a really cool tone that I'm getting on here. I hope you enjoy it, and they're very consistent. Even though I put these strings on today, I take care of my guitars. I keep them in a cool, warm, cool place with not very much sunlight, and when I use them, they're ready to go and they sound excellent. These strings last a long time. Here we go. That one was called Hey Space Biker, and we have it on our Bandcamp and on our website. You can check it out. Very articulate. I like it a lot. And that's our song The Witch Tree, the very ending riff. Harmonics are excellent on these strings. It's a great sound. Here's an interesting one. This one's called Feathers in Her Hair and Flowers in the Air, and I hope you like it. It's kind of a Brazilian calypso kind of thing. I hope you enjoy it. tone. The tone just pops out. See how the tone pops out? It's excellent. It has a lot to do with the strings. Using AKG 414 mics with our Pro Tools system. Excellent, excellent tone for recording. Great sound. So I totally recommend Rotosound guitar strings. By the way, this is the pick I use, a Jazz 3XL Dunlop Jazz 3XL. This is a little bit bigger than the Eric Johnson model pick. I use those too once in a while, but I like this one because it's got a bigger mass area for gripping, and the consistency is excellent. Plus, I'm trying to be a better lead guitar player, and this helps with that. But it also works real nice, and it's very even, as you can tell, on the acoustic. Again, check it out. It helps. It's picking your equipment properly. My pick, my guitar. I got lucky on this thing big time. And the strings. By the way, folks, none of this is scripted. It's all off the cuff. It's all off the top of my head, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy my videos. And there's one thing I wanted to talk to you about, because I know that a lot of you care about tone, just like I care about tone. And one of the best places to start is with Rotosound guitar strings. I highly, highly recommend them. They're very, very cool. Maybe you'll get lucky and get worker number 07 taking care of your strings, Lucky 7, and a lot of information on their strings, and they got a website also. Folks, I recommend them to you big time. Texas Joe Valles, again, the Valles Flying Machine, www.vallesflyingmachine.com, bandcamp.com, Valles Flying Machine, Facebook, MySpace, our own website, again, www.vallesflyingmachine.com. You want to hear our folk songs, you want to hear our jam band stuff, you can hear it on there. Folks, take care. And please excuse the gnats, but that's the way it goes. I wish you all the best. What more can I say? There'll be more videos coming up soon. Take care. Bye-bye.